If you apply this, any problem will not be beyond you. 1. Manage your perception. First reason you might fail to see solutions is your mindset. To you, perception is a reality. The way you perceive things shapes your emotions and behavior. Your belief is not a reality, it is just your perspective of a situation. Our beliefs shape the way we see things, and in turn, those things influence our thoughts and feelings about them. This can lead to a vicious cycle of negative thinking that perpetuates the same problems repeatedly. If you want to develop solution-oriented thinking, you must free yourself from negative thoughts. Manage your feelings so that you do not get stuck in a rut. Your feelings are your own, but they have nothing to do with the facts. Stop trying to be right. Stop trying to be right and start looking for solutions. When you are focused on being right, you are not listening to the other person. You are just waiting for your turn to speak so that you can correct them and prove that you know more than they do. And second, being right does not get you anything but an argument. If someone else's opinion conflicts with yours, it does not mean they are wrong or that your opinion is better than theirs. It just means that you have two different perspectives on a topic, and there may not be a perfect answer for everyone. Many people get stuck in conflict mode because they cannot let go of their opinion and stop listening to others. They go into a defensive mode and only want to win the argument, also known as being right. Stop awfulizing. Awfulizing is making a situation out to be worse than it is. If you feel like the world is crashing down on you, you are awfulizing. If you find yourself thinking that things could not get any worse, remind yourself that they can and will. We tend to focus on all things that can go wrong, and this kind of distorted thinking can be very paralyzing. But when you take a step back and objectively assess the situation, you can begin to look for workable solutions. Once we are free from negative emotions, we can become much more solution-oriented and take positive steps towards resolving the problem. This is because you are no longer see the problem through negativity and despair, but as an obstacle you can overcome with some effort and creativity. The first step is always acknowledging and accepting that the problem exists. We often avoid this step because it is uncomfortable, but we need to face the reality head-on. Avoid perfectionism. Perfectionism is all about achieving the perfect outcome, and it can often lead to paralyzing indecision and a fear of failure. Perfectionism can lead to dithering and frustrations. It can be particularly damaging when solving a problem because avoiding or delaying decisions can make problems worse. People who suffer from this perfectionism become so focused on achieving the perfect result that they lose sight of what is important in life. On the other hand, solution-oriented people are more focused on finding a helpful solution than getting things exactly right. They are not afraid of making mistakes and are more likely to act even if they do not have all answers. This makes them quicker to find solutions and more effective problem solvers. Be proactive instead of reactive. Solution-oriented people are proactive in finding solutions to their problems. They take responsibility for themselves. Stop waiting for things to happen and start making them happen. This shift in attitude leads to a change in behavior. Instead of looking at problems as something to be avoided or something that is someone else's fault, you start viewing them as opportunities for growth and learning. You become more resourceful and creative in finding ways to solve them. And finally, you develop the resilience needed to cope with setbacks and challenges along the way. So, it is liberating and energizing to be proactive instead of reactive. Exercise to face your fear. Fear is a natural response to challenging situations. If you let it take control, then everything will end up bad. When we are in a state of fear, our instinct is to run away from the things that frighten us. But when we are brave and control our fear, it helps us to do something constructive. Instead of running away or hiding from challenges, we now dare to confront the challenges. So, the more you face your fears head-on, one step at a time, the less power they will have over you, and before long, you may find yourself enjoying each new challenge because now you have the knowledge and experience to take it on. Change your blinkered view. Fear is a natural response to challenging situations. If you let it take control, then everything will end up bad. When we are in a state of fear, our instinct is to run away from the things that frighten us. But when we are brave and control our fear, it helps us to do something constructive. Instead of running away or hiding from challenges, we now dare to confront the challenges. So, the more you face your fears head on, one step at a time, the less power they will have over you, and before long, you may find yourself enjoying each new challenge because now you have the knowledge and experience to take it on. Develop optimism by finding best opportunities. It is easy to become overwhelmed by the problems in our lives and feel like we can never achieve happiness or success. But you can flip that mindset around and cultivate optimism by finding potential opportunities for improvement and then focusing on solutions. When we find something wrong, it puts us in a much better position to do something about it. And once we start looking for solutions, our minds at once begin wandering while scanning for anything that may help us solve the problem. The simple act of thinking about what you can do differently creates a sense of relief and calmness because you know that something can be done about it. That is where the first step to a new, improved state of mind. So, shift your focus from what is wrong to what could be right. You will find yourself becoming more optimistic and more solution-oriented in no time.